All right, kids, it's time for Emmy's favorite cars that she drove in 2019. Are you ready? Here they are in no particular order. The Jeep Gladiator. Yes, this is the truck I waited for so long. And now that it's here, it is the truck that I would absolutely buy if I had the $50,000 needed for a Rubicon model. Hint, hint, roadshow, it is time for a raise. See, here's the thing. Regular Wranglers are awesome, but they are terrible at towing. Max tow is 3,500 pounds. I mean, that's less than an Audi Q5 for crying out loud. Enter the Gladiator with its 5-link rear suspension and extended wheelbase. That max tow jumps up to 7,650 pounds and max payload is 1,700 pounds. Even in the Rubicon trim, those numbers don't disappoint. 7,000 pounds for towing and 1,160 pounds in payload. Do you lose some off-road capability? Absolutely. Now, the approach angle is still 43 degrees on the Rubicon Gladiator, but that breakover angle goes from 22.6 in the Rubicon 4-door Wrangler to 20 degrees in the Gladiator Rubicon. That's what momentum's for, right? Departure angle takes a hit too, from 37 degrees down to 26, but the Gladiator's bed has its very own rock rail, so at least you won't do too much damage when you inevitably scrape when coming down an obstacle. Mazda Miata. Now listen, I may be biased because I'm currently on my 3rd Miata, but I totally don't care. The Miata is hands down the best car ever made, ever. 2-seat, rear-wheel drive convertible. It's that simple. There's no drive modes. There's hardly any nannies to get in the way. It's just you and the car and the open road, baby. Now, 2019 saw a little bit of a retune of the 2-liter naturally aspirated engine, adding 26 horses and 3 pound-feet of twist. I know, that's a lot, right? But that gives you a grand total of 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque, with the red line all the way up at 7,500 RPM. Now, is it underpowered? Yeah, but I don't really care because it's so easy to drive at the limit. This is the car that I can wring all of the power out of, and yet it still remains really predictable. Throttle steer? Check. Tight and snappy 6-speed manual transmission? Check. Closely spaced pedals for easy heel toe shifting? Check, check, checkity check. Make mine a club with the Brembo brakes, BBS wheels, and Recaro seats, and I will happily spend that $35,000. The GMC Sierra heavy-duty pickup truck. I was really impressed not only with the Sierra's capability, but also with its towing technology. An optional 6.6-liter V8 diesel engine puts out 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. So the Sierra HD can tow, get this, 35,500 pounds with a 5th wheel or 20,000 pounds worth of conventional trailer. And it can manage 6,532 pounds in its bed. Now, towing all that weight might make some weekend warriors nervous, but the Sierra has got all kinds of tech to make it easier. There are no fewer than 15 different camera views of what's going on around the truck and trailer, including side views, a view of the hitch, and a view inside the trailer. Heck, it'll even stitch together views from a camera mounted on the rear of the trailer with the one on the tailgate, effectively allowing drivers to see through their trailer. Plus, you've got the multi-pro tailgate, which can transform into 6 different configurations, including a work surface and a step for easy bed access. And there's other GM goodies, including a 15-inch color head-up display and a rear camera mirror. So even if that bed is fully loaded, you can still see what's behind you. However, none of this comes cheap. You're gonna have to pay for all of this tech. The diesel engine adds over $9,000 to the Sierra HD's $40,000 base price, where the popular AT4 trim starts at about $57,000, and the Denali trim will set you back at $63,700 to start. The Lamborghini Urus. I really wanted to hate the Urus. I mean, I really did. It is ugly. It is unnecessary. It starts at $200,000 and it's also super ugly. But then I drove it and I totally changed my tune. You guys, it is an absolute blast. A 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 puts out 641 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. And that's managed by a quick shifting 8-speed automatic transmission. 62 miles an hour comes up in just 3.6 seconds on its way to a top speed of nearly 190 miles an hour. It's something that's supposed to be a family hauler. I mean, I absolutely want to get groceries in this car all day, every day. But what stunned me the most, however, was the Urus's unflappable handling. I'd expect a 4,800-pound SUV to exhibit some amount of body roll in the corners, but the Urus just seems to defy physics. This thing stays remarkably flat. The air suspension lowers the URUS a bit while the rear axle steering keeps the beast rotating. The torque vectoring all-wheel drive pushes the power exactly where it needs to be, right when it needs to be there. And then when you need to stop, there are these massive 17-inch rotors in the front clapped by 10 piston calipers. 10! Now the rear setup's a little bit more sedate, 14.2-inch rotors with 6 piston calipers. And all of this, and it's super comfy too. Heated and cooled and massaging seats and all the ADAS features you could want, like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and a speed warning. Because you're gonna need that speed warning. The Nissan Versa. Okay, I know it doesn't really fit with the rest of the list, but hear me out on this one. The Versa is definitely my top pick for most improved. It's not necessarily fun to drive, but it has value, y'all. Now, in all but the base S trim, you can get Nissan's Safety Shield 360 suite of advanced driver's aid systems. Now, that includes forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert with rear automatic braking, and high beam assist. For an additional $300, a convenience package can be equipped adding adaptive cruise control to the mix. Sure, most people are going to upgrade, but even the top of the line SR can be had for less than $20,000. So out of all the cars I drove this year, these were my faves. Of course, I didn't drive everything, and if you want to see what stood out for the rest of the Roadshow staff, we've got a best of gallery over on theroadshow.com. All right, I know that there is going to be a lot of disagreement on my list, so let me know in the comments what are your top picks for 2019, and be sure to check out Antoine Goodwin's video of his best picks of 2019 right here on the Roadshow Autos YouTube channel.